everywhere you go. See now the air, we not just a radio. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oh, oh.
Oxygen FM 96.9. Inform, inspire, ignite.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, our people at home. Welcome to Oxygen 96.9 FM. I'm your favorite barrister, Okwefe Itimi Darasimi, and welcome to Legal Hour once again. With me in the studio today are two wonderful souls. Mr. Sheifumi. Please, thank you very much.
You have to say that.
Yeah, you know, I always wait for it. I look for.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of say it with him.
So without wasting our time today, we are actually bringing a very interesting topic because we are going to be discussing some very, very important points. A lot of Nigerians don't know these factors they're about to consider. They are crimes. When you partake in any of these things, you are committing a crime, but you may not even know it. And it's actually very interesting because by the time we open up some of these things to you, maybe one or two people listening to this now will know, oh, they've been criminals without even without getting to know. So let us start with one that I've seen several times in our society. And alright, so the first one is, I think a lot of people might actually have issue with this, but you have to calm down.
Okay.
When you fail or refuse to help a police officer, a lot of Nigerians probably, you know, the image we see on social media every day are people fighting with police, people arguing with police. But now imagine a policeman calling you that, oh, come and help me. I want to maybe capture a criminal. I want to apprehend a suspect. What do you do as a Nigerian? According to the law, you have a duty to help.
So it is not just the police helping now. We are to also help them.
If a
so it is a
policeman,
crime if we don't help.
it is a crime. And now, don't get it wrong. The law is not saying maybe there's a shootout, you should now put yourself in danger and come and carry AK-47. But the law says reasonable help.
Like with investigation and all?
Yes, even investigation. When a policeman is conducting an investigation and they feel like there's a way you can help reasonably, it is within your means and capability. You are duty bound to provide
is that why they say if you hear anything, say something? If you hear something, say something?
It's part of it. A lot of Nigerians also the belief, unfortunately, it's a very wrong belief that when you are a witness to a crime, automatically you are also guilty. You will be probably guilty. It is not right. In fact, it is if you want to help the criminal justice system, you want to help the judiciary, when you see a crime, you have to speak out. You have to speak out. And when I say you have to help a police officer, let's say you have a situation where a policeman is overwhelmed. There are like 2 or 3 people beating up a police officer, and he calls on you. The law says he has to call on you.
Okay, so the person in question must call on you before you help.
Yeah, the policeman.
So I cannot just say because I'm a good Samaritan, I just want to help because I see them beating up.
The law has not given you that responsibility. The responsibility the law gives is when the policeman calls on you, come and help me, you need to provide the help. And a lot of you might be thinking, okay, what if I fail to help a policeman? What is the worst thing that will happen? Well, you spend 2 years of your life in jail. You
2 years.
Yes, 2 years.
That's the
in jail.
penalty.
That's the penalty. That's the penalty.
Wait, barrister, if I fail to help a policeman, now the penalty is 2 years.
It's 2 years.
And you
yes.
said the policeman must call me to
Yes, must call you to help. So after calling you to help, if you refuse that call, that's 2 years in jail. And for those who might still want to carry out their own further investigation, you might check section 201 of the Criminal Code. So let's move on to another interesting one, which is adultery in a marriage.
Wow.
In southern Nigeria, that's in the south, Yoruba land, Igbo land, adultery is not a crime.
It is not a crime.
It is not a crime to commit adultery. It has been settled by the courts in a case we call Awoko versus Fagbemi. You know, let me tell you the definition of a crime. Anything that you do, no matter how bad, if the law has not called it a crime, nobody can call it a crime. A crime must be defined, and a punishment must be prescribed. If you watch all this movie, they tell you, oh, you've committed this crime, punishable by 2 or 3 years imprisonment. So if the law has not defined something as a crime, and the law has not prescribed punishment for it, you don't call it a crime, no matter how morally despicable it might be. Like this adultery now, you're already married, then you are going outside your marriage. Of course, morally it is wrong, but morality and the law are not always friends.
Not the same thing.
Thank you very much. But mind you, in northern Nigeria, adultery is a crime.
But in southern
Nigeria, it is not a crime.
So is it safe to say that we've culturalized it?
I would not say that, but let me quickly say this. Yeah, it is a cultural influence. When the British came to Nigeria, the influence of their culture, their religion and custom and everything, it was well accepted in the west, southern part of Nigeria, western and eastern part of Nigeria. But unfortunately, because the Fulani Islamic Jihad already happened in the northern Nigeria, so when the British came, the influence of their culture could not really penetrate the north. They held on to these Sharia principles, and you know, under Sharia frowns out things like adultery very well. So that's why even after independence, the northern states in Nigeria, they kept on holding on to the tenets of Sharia. And one of it is that adultery is not permitted, while in the southern Nigeria, the law is totally blind to that. The law doesn't really care. Not to make a mistake, there's something we call bigamy. Bigamy is when you're already married to a partner, and again you get married to another person. Partner. So, and let's draw the line between bigamy and adultery. When you are committing adultery, you went outside your marriage to have
an affair,
carnal affair with someone else's. But bigamy is when you try to marry another person. So in southern Nigeria, it is safe to say you can if you commit adultery without bigamy, without marrying that person, it is not the business of the law.
But what barrister, what if in the process of committing this adultery something happened, like something criminal wise happened, so it is still not a crime?
Then that will not be adultery again. That will be another. When you say something criminal wise, can you explicate?
So let me give us a scenario where, okay, the husband is the one involved in this adultery of a thing, and then in the process maybe leads to the death of this person.
Yeah, then that's no more a matter of adultery again. We now have element of murder or manslaughter. So the law will turn a blind eye to the adultery part and take up the new element that you just mentioned.
Murder. Like even if the person does not have like a direct, is not directly
involved in the death of the person.
Yes.
You know, investigations always come before charges. So you can't say whether the person is directly involved or not will be known during the course of investigation. So if this person, I think I know what you are trying to say now. You are trying to talk of a situation where two people are having maybe fun and then someone passes on.
Yeah.
Is that what you are driving at? Well, it's a tricky situation, and it's a situation we pray we don't fall into. Most often, there's something we call post-mortem examination, which will actually reveal the cause of death. Most often in this situation, we see that people die due to the misuse of drugs, manpower, I want to last and all these things. So post-mortem will determine maybe it's going to be a murder charge manslaughter charge or no charge at all. You get what I'm saying? But for on the part of that act of adultery. The court will not even do as if it has seen it. I think it will be very good for us to go on a very short break. When we come back, we listen to our people at home. They might have one or two things to say.
Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Welcome back, our people, and we believe you are enjoying Legal Hour. You can join the conversation on 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. So, another important thing I would like to mention today is a lot of people commit this crime every day, but luckily for us, the government does not take it up against us. Okay. Burying a dead body in your house, maybe at the front of your house. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. The crime, because of public health.
Yes.
And we usually make drinking water well or borehole at home. So the law has provided that there's a possibility that grave and this water source will be mixing under the ground. So there's a rule in law that before you bury a dead body around your house, you need governor's consent. You need to take the permission of the state governor. But people don't care. Once someone has died, they just say, okay, yeah, mark this place and dig it up and bury. There's even, according to the law, there's a level of depth that you have to dig. I think about 4 feet. At least, the law says at least 4 feet, but people usually go for 6.
6, yeah.
So the law says at least you must reach 4 feet because of public health. And the law also said if you want to bury someone around the house, it must be at least 100 meters from the house. And at least 100 meters from your source of drinking water. But people don't care about this. People do it every day. Luckily,
so it is a crime.
Yeah, it is a crime.
So if for people who already did that and the government come for them, so that means
if tomorrow the law is settled in the case of Gani Faweyimi versus Akilu. The court said the police has a discretionary power in criminal cases. So if the police tomorrow say we want to charge people that have done this, then
they don't have any argument.
They don't have any. Yes, I wouldn't say they don't have any arguments because in law there will always be defense.
Yeah. For
every crime that we have defenses. But what I'm just saying is if the police decide to charge them tomorrow, then they need to come up with their defense. Your defense could be that, we sought governor's consent. I mentioned it, that you need to seek governor's consent. Their defense could be, I don't know for now. It could be maybe it's more than 100 meters away from the house. So they will have to come up with defenses. But ordinarily looking at it, you don't think there should be a crime burying someone in your own house, especially maybe it's the homeowner, the person who had built the house during his lifetime.
Right.
So,
because barrister,
no, it's fine.
People go for what the disease told them before dying. Of course, they'll say, once they die, bury me within the premises and
very
all.
Well, very well.
So, do you think, or is it something that the courts would consider As
The court will not consider, you know why? Because you have the right to choose, oh, when I die, I want to be buried there. But every right that you have is subject to public interest. We call something public interest. It is in the interest of the public that the source of drinking water should not be contaminated with a dead body. So all the constitutional rights you have in this life are subject to public interest. There was a day the governor of Oyo State declared that everybody should enter before 9 p.m. I don't know if you heard that news.
Yeah. Okay.
We have freedom of movement. Normally, that should not stand, but they claim there's a public interest. They say they are working on this insecurity or whatever.
Yes.
So this public interest will always override our private rights. That's why I laugh when some people are angry. And there was a time President Buhari said, anybody that snatches ballot box, police should kill them. And some people were like, we have the right to life. The president has no right to take that life. At the same time, so the law actually says it's only the court of law that can pronounce death sentence, that can deprive you of your rights to life. But Buhari went ahead to declare you can kill people that do this or that. And some people were very angry. But, you know, one of my learned seniors, Festus Keyamo, senior advocate of Nigeria, he came up and he said, see, every right that you have is subject to public interest. And he cited a particular portion of the law. We call it Robbery and Firearms Act. That provision says when you steal something that is capable of causing chaos, government, police forces or anybody can kill you to prevent breakdown of law and order. And he now asks someone that if someone should snatch ballot box, will it not lead to chaos?
True.
So this guy was like, yeah, it's going to lead to chaos. So he said, when the president said kill anyone that carry ballot box, he's merely restating the position of the law. It is not a violation of the right to life. So all rights are not absolute in law. All rights are subject to the overriding public interest. And another point I want us to consider today is witchcraft. Yeah, it is a crime. And don't forget, you also have the freedom of religion. You can practice your religion. And some people will be like, I'm a witch. So where does the law draw the line between your right to be a witch and the crime of witchcraft? It's a very interesting one. Because, you know, the first day I saw this crime, it was interesting because I feel like I could choose to be a witch. What was the business of the government? But then, this is where the criminal law brings what's called clarity to it. You should not claim you are a witch, and you should not use this claim to threaten others. But if you choose to practice your witchcraft on your own, it is not the business of anyone. So far, you are not affecting anybody, and you are not claiming it publicly. I'm a witch.
I get it now. So I can have it, but not having any public.
If I were you, I would say I
it.
may have it. I will not say I can.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about myself, please.
Because when you say I can, there's something in law. You have to be very sensitive about the use of words. When I say you can have it, it means you say a lawyer said I have the right to be a witch. You may. Subject.
So okay, they may have it.
Yeah.
Yes, they may have it.
Yes.
But not coming out to declare that they have
not
it.
Not coming out to declare and not coming out to use it actively, threatening other people with that witchcraft.
So witchcraft is a crime.
It is a crime.
Wow.
It's a crime. The only difficulty you are going to have is if I claim you are a witch, I also have a duty to prove that you are a witch. So it will actually be difficult to bring anybody to justice on this witchcraft matter, because how would you prove it?
I'm curious, yeah. What is the penalty to this particular crime?
I think the penalty to be claiming to be a witch is 5 years.
Imprisonment.
5 years, yes. 5 years. 5 years. And let's look at one more. We can continue next week because we don't really have much time on our part again. Another crime that is very interesting. This is not actually a crime, but it's something I believe people should know. When you cause injury to someone and they die within 1 year and 1 day.
You cause injury.
You cause injury to someone.
And that led to their death.
Within 1 year and 1 day.
1 year and 1 day.
Yes.
What if it's just within a year and the 1 day is not included?
So far it's still within a year.
Wow.
Yeah, you are not responsible for the death. Let me give you an example. God forbid you cause injury to someone October 2025.
Okay.
So you have to pray that this person should not die until after 1 year and 1 day. Because if they can show that the injury actually caused the death within that period, you will be charged with murder. It's a very interesting one, and we could go on and on, but let us continue from where we are stopping this week. It's a very interesting one on Legal Hour this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Oluwaseyi.
Thank you for having me, Florihana.
Oh my God! Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.